The Epistle of Ignatius to the Trallians, chapter 1, acknowledges the coming of their bishop, commends them for their subjection to their bishop, priests, and deacons, and exhorts them to continue in it, is afraid even of his over great desire to suffer, lest it should be prejudicial to him. Ignatius, who is also called Theophorus, to the holy church which is at Tralles in Asia, beloved of God the Father of Jesus Christ, elect and worthy of God, having peace through the flesh and blood and passion of Jesus Christ our hope, in the resurrection which is by him. Which also I salute in its fullness, continuing in the apostolical character, wishing all joy and happiness unto it. I have heard your blameless and constant disposition through patience, which not only appears in your outward conversation, but is naturally rooted and grounded in you. In like manner as Polybius your bishop has declared unto me, who came to me to Smyrna, by the will of God and Jesus Christ, and so rejoiced together with me in my bonds for Jesus Christ, that in effect I saw your whole church in him. Having therefore received testimony of your good will towards me for God's sake, by him, I seemed to find you, as also I knew that you were the followers of God. For whereas you are subject to your bishop as to Jesus Christ, ye appear to one to live not after the manner of men, but according to Jesus Christ, who died for us, that so believing in his death, ye might escape death. It is therefore necessary that as ye do so without your bishop, you should do nothing. Also be ye subject to your presbyters, as to the apostles of Jesus Christ our hope, in whom if we walk, we shall be found in him. The deacons also, being the ministers of the mysteries of Jesus Christ, must by all means please ye, for they are not the ministers of meat and drink, but of the church of God. Wherefore they must avoid all offences, as they would do fire. In like manner let us reverence the deacons as Jesus Christ, and the bishop as the Father, and the presbyters as the sanctuary of God, and college of the apostles. Without these there is no church. Concerning all which I am persuaded that ye think after the very same manner, for I have received, and even now have with me, the pattern of your love in your bishop, whose very look is instructive, and whose mildness is powerful, whom I am persuaded the very atheists themselves cannot but reverence. But because I have a love towards you, I will not write any more sharply unto you about this matter, though I very well might, but now I have done so, lest being a condemned man, I should seem to prescribe to you as an apostle. I have great knowledge in God, but I refrain myself, lest I should perish in my boasting. For now I ought the more to fear, and not to hearken to those who would puff me up. For they that speak to me in my praise chasten me. For I indeed desire to suffer, but I cannot tell whether I am worthy to do so. And this desire, though to others it does not appear, yet to myself it is for that very reason the more violent. I have therefore need of moderation, by which the prince of this world is destroyed. Am I not able to write to you of heavenly things? But I fear lest I should harm you, who are yet but babes in Christ. Excuse me this care, and lest perchance being not able to receive them, ye should be choken with them. For even I myself, although I am in bonds, yet am not therefore able to understand heavenly things, as the assembly of angels, and the several companies of them, under their respective princes, things visible and invisible. But in these I am yet a learner. For many things are wanting to us, that we come not short of God.